Welcome to our journey through American history. Today, I'll guide you through the greatest achievements of some of the most impactful U.S. presidents. Our first president, George Washington, laid the groundwork for the nation we know today. His greatest work, establishing the presidency itself. Washington set the standard for presidential power and responsibility, creating precedents that still guide the office. He also led the Continental Army to victory during the Revolutionary War, solidifying the foundation of the United States. Thomas Jefferson's monumental achievement was the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, doubling the size of the United States overnight. His forward-thinking leadership also sent Lewis and Clark on their expedition, opening up the West for exploration and settlement, changing the course of history. Abraham Lincoln's legacy is forever tied to the Civil War. His greatest work? The Emancipation Proclamation, which freed millions of slaves and changed the moral fabric of the nation. He also preserved the Union during the most divisive time in U.S. history, setting the stage for a united country post-war. In the depths of the Great Depression, Franklin D. Roosevelt stepped in with his New Deal, bringing relief, recovery, and reform to millions of Americans. But FDR's greatest legacy might be his leadership during World War II, where he helped guide the Allies to victory and reshape the world's global order. Theodore Roosevelt was a progressive force who fought for the common man. His great contribution? Trust-busting, breaking up corporate monopolies, and paving the way for modern conservation with the establishment of national parks, preserving America's natural beauty for generations. John F. Kennedy's leadership during the Cuban Missile Crisis saved the world from the brink of nuclear war, but his vision extended beyond crises. He challenged America to reach for the stars with his call to land a man on the moon, setting the nation on course for its greatest space achievements. Ronald Reagan's presidency marked the end of the Cold War. His strong stance against the Soviet Union and his negotiations with Mikhail Gorbachev led to the peaceful collapse of communism in Eastern Europe. Domestically, his economic policies spurred growth and reshaped the political landscape. Andrew Jackson, a president of bold action, expanded the powers of the executive office. He championed the common man, but his presidency also included the controversial Indian Removal Act, which forced Native Americans from their ancestral lands, leaving a complex and often criticized legacy. Woodrow Wilson led the U.S. through World War I, offering a vision of peace and diplomacy with his 14 points. He helped create the League of Nations, though the U.S. ultimately chose not to join. His post-war vision, however, laid the foundation for future international cooperation. Dwight D. Eisenhower, a war hero, turned his focus to domestic issues with one of the most ambitious projects in U.S. history, the Interstate Highway System. His leadership also helped maintain peace during the tense years of the Cold War, steering the country through uncertain times. And there you have it, some of the greatest presidents of the United States, each leaving their mark on the nation's history. Their legacies continue to shape the path forward.